Hey crafty friends, Christina here with you from Sunny Day Memories. We are going to be creating with the March Close to My Heart Stamp of the Month, Just Chicken In. As you can see, it's this really fun springtime stamp set with some adorable chicks here, and then we got daffodils, all perfect for spring cards and for Easter. It has the Easter sentiment here as well as the spring sentiment, and then just the funny play on the Just Chicken In and Hey Chick. So this week we are going to be doing a project with a daffodil, and it's a very simple card, but because of the way I've designed it, it just has a nice visual appeal to it. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to use a standard A2 card base. This is from our value pack cards and envelopes, and I'm just going ahead and folding it in half on that score line. And so what I've done is I've taken 2 sheets of paper, and you're gonna find this is very limited. I think I only used like 5 different pieces on this card, so super simple in terms of supplies. So my black piece here measures a 4-inch here by 5 inches tall, and I'm just simply going to adhere it, but instead of centering it like a lot of times we do, I'm gonna have it go flush to the right edge of the card, and that's going to add, like I was saying, that kind of nice visual appeal because it's just a little bit different. It's just changing it up a little bit, giving your eye a different viewpoint of your card, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to turn it to the side like this, then I can center it from top to bottom. So I've got a nice border of that white card base on either side, and again I have that border on the side fold here as well. So then I've taken a piece of our polka dot paper from our new Honey Bunny paper collection because it's perfect with the daffodils, and it measures 4 across, and then it is 4 3/4 tall. And so I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down to the black cardstock. Again, I'm gonna have it flush to the edge of the card, so I'm turning it sideways. I always find it's a little bit easier to kind of get things spot on when you have it horizontal. So if you've never tried that before, you might wanna give that a go. And again, I am centering it here, so there's a little bit of black here, a little bit of black here, as well as the black that will come up on the side here. So it's a nice even balance. So then we're gonna go ahead, and I've already stamped and cut out the daffodil image. And if you're familiar with our stamp sets, all of the ones that have that blue image around it indicate there is a coordinating die that goes with it. And so that is what I have done, is cut that out with that. And I'm gonna be using our Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers. The colors I am using today are the Citrus Blend, the Gold Yellow Blend, and the Light Green Blend. And so I started out with the yellow, the Citrus Blend, and I'm gonna go in with actually the darkest shade of it, and I'm just gonna color the whole daffodil with that dark color. And then you'll see I'm gonna come back in with another color and blend that in. Okay, so what I've started to do then is I've gone in and I'm taking that gold yellow and I'm taking the light shade of it, and I'm kind of just following the lines that are from the stamped images to kind of help give me a little bit additional shading here. And I'm not really going slow or being really super, precise about it. I'm coloring in this whole center with this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the mid color and I'm gonna kind of fill in kind of here towards the center to give it a little bit darker tone. And then I'm gonna go back with my yellow, my Citrus Blend, the light shade, and I just kind of go over all of it to kind of help blend in so it's not so stark between the 2 colors. And then if you want just a little bit more, you can go in again and just kind of follow that and it'll blend nicely. And that kind of helps you get that additional depth and dimension to your flowers. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we are gonna take the green and go in with the light shade here. I started with the light shade and I just went slowly and colored everything in. And then just like we did with the daffodil, I'm gonna go back in and kind of add some darker shading with the darker shade of the green, kind of following, again, the lines from the stamped images to get that dimension and a little bit more depth to it. Okay, so I've just finished with all of the leaves. Like I said, I started with the light shade of it. I went and added the dark shade in between on some of the lines, and then when I wanted to, I touched it up again with the light just to kind of help blend it a little bit more. Okay, so the next what we're gonna do is I'm gonna be using a couple of shapes from our new Decorative Shapes die set. This is an amazing set. I used the largest circle, and I'm also using the little pennant here that I stamped the Welcome Spring. And so what I've done is I've put this circle behind kind of to help ground, and so that way the flowers aren't just against that polka dot and they just kind of like look like they're floating. This helps, like I said, kind of ground it. It adds that visual appeal because it ties in nicely with the black trim around there. So we're gonna simply go ahead and glue that down flush to the card. And you'll notice that I have it kind of more off to the left, the cluster, because we kind of brought everything over to the right. So it kind of just helps balance it all for your eye. And again, it just makes for a pleasing look. So I've just gone ahead and I've glued this down. And I did kind of like play around with it a little bit before. I might have to push it over a little bit. And that's one of the beauties of this Close to My Heart adhesive, is I like that it does have good stick, but I am able to pull it back up and play around with it if I need to. So I'm just kind of making sure I have everything where I want. I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit more here. Give it a good hold there, good push. And then again, make sure. So that's about how I want it to be, because I want some of that black to be showing, some of the flowers, and I want the banner to go over the base of the flowers there. So then we're gonna go ahead and glue down the flowers. Again, like I was saying, you wanna have that black showing. Hopefully I didn't go over too far. Looks like I did okay. And then with the banner, I went ahead and I used some of our 3D foam, so that's kind of raised. So I'm just gonna cut off a couple pieces and put that on the back here. That way you're drawn to that sentiment that is front and center. All right, and it is flush with the left-hand side of the card. And then the final detail is I've taken some of our clear sparkles and I've colored them with our black marker. So alcohol markers are great for doing this. It won't be truly as opaque as like if you were using a different color, like the green, maybe to bring out the green in the leaves. So you'll want to always use like the darkest shade of your marker if you're using the tri-blend markers. And then if you don't have alcohol markers, you could use, what do I want to say, a Sharpie. And so then just make sure it has a moment to kind of dry, and then I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna put it right along that base where that black line is, so it all kind of continues. And it kind of just finishes off the card really nicely. And there you have it, a really simple design, but very beautiful, very pleasing to the eye, and showcases the stamp set for March, the Just Checking In, very well. So I hope you've enjoyed it, hope you are inspired. And remember, you can only get the stamp set for the month of March. So until next time, stay crafty.